love the idea of summer and sun and all things hot.
That is Disney royalty, folks. It's the most famous snowman on the planet. Olaf, voiced, of course, by comedian Josh Gad. And he is more than just the voice in one of the biggest animated blockbusters of all time. Gad is also a Broadway star.
But he's going back to his roots with a chat on stage about his new book, In Gad We Trust. Get it? Tomorrow night, his tour stops right here in Chicago. But first, he's joining us live this morning on the show. Good morning, Josh. Good to see you.
Great to see you, too. And by the way, all due respect, Frosty is the biggest snowman of all time.
Oh, I think it's
I'm
arguable.
happy to carry his snow for him.
That's nice of you to be humble.
I don't know, though. I don't know.
All right. You know, we want to say first and foremost that we know you're in New York right now, but went there from L.A. How are you and family and friends doing, considering these wildfires are just ravaging the area?
My family's completely fine. We're completely fine. We have not been directly affected. The smoke is a different story. The same cannot be said for my community. I personally know 15 people who lost their homes. Mm-hmm. They've lost their schools. They've lost their entire neighborhoods. It's unthinkable. That was video taken from my house. I've never seen anything like
Wow.
it. It's been apocalyptic is the only word I know how to use for the images that I've seen. The brave firemen and first responders, not only from SoCal, but from around the country and around the world, have done such an unbelievable and heroic job of battling multiple fires simultaneously. And I am so grateful to them. And I also want to say that a portion of the proceeds from my book, I'm personally donating to various causes and various organizations, places like SoCal Fire Fund, places like Baby to Baby, places like Best Friends, which is an organization to help displaced animals. I would encourage people to go onto my Instagram and they can take a look at other organizations. $10, $5, whatever you feel like you can donate. The community needs it right now.
I'm sure it's so appreciated, efforts like yours. Okay, we do want to talk about your show, too, Not Appearing Insensitive, of course, An Evening with Josh Gad. You describe it as a foolproof distraction from an inescapable existential dread of the present day, which I think I totally understand. But just in case I'm off base, why don't you tell me about what that means?
Well, I just wrote this book, In Gad We Trust, and I wanted to do Second City. That was like, I had this idea that I was going to one day graduate from college, go to Second City, go on SNL. That dream did not happen. I never moved to Chicago. And so the closest I've ever gotten is the Athenaeum. And so my plan is to finally show the people of Chicago that I screwed up, that you guys screwed up by not inviting me to move there, even though you didn't know who I was at the time.
It's our fault, I know.
So it should be a really fun night. I'm going to talk about all things related to my career, my life, my struggles with anxiety and self-image, and it should be a blast. Take audience questions. I just want to have a night of fun where, again, it can be a nice bout of escapism and a good distraction.
Yeah, tough, relatable topics, but I'm sure with lots of humor to help us get through it. Josh Gad, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining us. And we do want to remind everyone that tomorrow night at the Athenaeum Center, show starts at 7.